right, you guys, Vitali is cooked!
Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no? Okay.
Huliin mo, kuya.
Yeah, so old boy just got arrested in the Philippines on some Johnny Somali kamikaze type crash out-ish, and it is looking real bad. He is at minimum going to spend years in jail, and he could do up to 24 years in prison. For those of you who don't know who Vitali is, he is a Russian-American streamer who has been arrested at least a half a dozen times in countries all across the world because he is just like a crash out artist. So in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about his criminal history, and we're going to be talking about what's about to happen to him for the rest of the foreseeable future, because this is definitely the downfall of Vitali. Let's go!
Oh, God, bro.
Now, I don't know if it's drugs or just like internet fame-induced mental illness, because that is a real thing. We've all seen it. But Vitali, he's always up to something diabolical, and it usually is right on the cusp of illegal. But what he didn't do that he needed to do was figure out what the laws in the Philippines were before he went over there and started acting like this, because now he is cooked.
Film yourself. Let me see.
Oh my God, so many laws have been broken today.
I'm gonna get arrested. Oh no. Oh no, mommy. Oh no, mommy. I'm gonna get arrested.
Okay, this is your Miranda right, okay?
Sir.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in any court of law.
Sure.
So yeah, the laws over in the Philippines are a little bit different than anything that I've encountered over here in the United States. In fact, this first one that he's facing, I had to look this up. It's called unjust vexation. Unjust vexation is a criminal offense that involves intentionally causing annoyance or irritation to another person through conduct that doesn't involve violence, but does cause emotional distress. Emotional distress. He annoyed people. And coming from the United States, it's a little weird to me to think that people could get arrested for annoying other people, because let's be honest, a lot of Americans are annoying as fuck, bro. But do y'all think Vitali's guilty of this charge? Let's look at Exhibit A.
Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no?
No.
Turn it on.
No.
Turn it on.
No.
Turn it on.
No.
This is GTA. They came out early.
So since the authorities in the Philippines have access to all of this footage, in fact, they've even already been playing it in court, and days more footage, I think it's fairly safe to assume they've got him dead to rights on that charge, because he snitched on himself. He did all of this online where everyone can see. And to be real, all of that footage is absolutely going to prove one of their other charges that they have against him too, which is publicly harassing bystanders, which seems a lot like unjust vexation, but it just goes to show that they are throwing everything that they can at this dude because they want to put him away for a good long while. But what's his next charge? Theft. Let's see what we got on that.
Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no? Okay.
Huliin mo, kuya. Huliin mo.
No, yes.
May saltik.
I have a question for you. Can I give you a kiss? No, I have a question for you.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that we got that one dead to rights too. In fact, he's not just stealing, he's literally stealing from police officers, right in front of police officers, on camera, posting it wildly live to the internet in front of thousands and thousands of people. So look, man, this is not balls. If you go and steal a cop car in a way that you can get away with it, that's balls right there. What he's doing is pure unbridled stupidity. It is stupid to put yourself in this type of situation, and you 1000% deserve the full weight of the consequences that come caving down on your head. But do you think he acknowledges any of that?
I showed up here and I'm stealing a police officer's gun. I'm riding off his motorcycle and I'm gonna rob an old lady. Oh God, how is this happening to me? I'm stealing another police officer's hat. How could this happen? It was all a mistake. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to either. In fact, he's taking this whole entire thing wildly unseriously for somebody who's facing multiple decades in prison. In a place like the Philippines, that makes prisons in America look like the fucking Hilton, bro. Prisons in the Philippines are among some of the absolute worst in the world. From the insane amounts of overcrowding, they will literally have hundreds of people in cells sleeping on the floor in squalor and filth everywhere, to the insane amounts of gang violence. Gangs basically run everything inside most of these prisons in the Philippines, down to how disgusting, filthy, and sickly everything is. People get constantly sick in these prisons, and they will just isolate you from the rest of the other inmates in a cage until you are better. Also, the criminal justice system in the Philippines is so bogged down and overwhelmed that they have inmates waiting in there for trial that haven't even been proved guilty, who have been locked up for up to 16 years. And you got to think about it. Vitali has not been to trial yet. He is not anywhere near going to trial. It could take 3 to 5 years, absolute minimum, for him to actually see trial, and they've already said that he's not getting out until he's either convicted and serves his sentence or found not guilty, which is never gonna happen. So clearly, Vitali is getting double stuffed more than an Oreo here, but it is entirely his fault. He did this every step of the way. He went to a foreign country, didn't know the laws, broke an insane amount of laws, did it all on camera, posted it publicly, live streamed, so they knew exactly where he was at. There was no possibility he was ever going to get away with any of this stuff. He snitched on himself and put himself in this position entirely on his own. But the craziest part out of all of this is that he did it for clicks and views on the internet, which is absolutely a form of mental illness. He has lost the plot. He is all the way out of his motherfucking tree if he thinks that getting this internet clout is important enough to throw his life away for literal decades in a third world country prison. And y'all know me, anytime I do one of these, I like to try to bring it around to some sort of a positive, whether that be a happy ending, which is absolutely not going to happen in this case, or a lesson. And there's so many different lessons that could be learned here, even though I think all of them should definitely be common sense, which Vitali clearly has absolutely none of. But like, first and foremost, throwing your life away for internet fame is dumb. Don't do that. Secondly, recording yourself doing crimes is even stupider. Don't do that. And if you're gonna do that, definitely don't post them to the damn internet for likes and views. You're gonna go to prison. I think another thing that's really important to point out is if you're gonna be traveling, whether it be to a whole other country or even just another state, you need to know the laws of where you're going before you go, because it can be wildly different from one place to the next, and you don't want to end up unknowingly breaking a law and landing yourself in a bad situation. Trust me, y'all, I've been to prison and it absolutely sucked. It's not how you want to live your life. All right, so I want to hear what y'all have to say about this. Do y'all think Vitali's cooked? Do y'all think he deserves it? Let me know right down there in the comments. Don't forget to hit the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the whatever the hell. I really don't care. Do whatever you want. And until the next one, one love, baby. Be good or be good at it. I fucked around and I found out got a Filipino man's peen all up in my mouth. I'm going to prison for a long time. Just another streamer who lost my goddamn mind. Those clicks and those views turned me out. I fucked around and I found out I got a fuckload of problems, but at least I'm not that guy.